You know that feeling, right? You're endlessly scrolling, your thumb is moving, but your brain has just completely checked out. It's this weird mix of being totally overstimulated, but also somehow incredibly bored. Well, what if that feeling wasn't a dead end? What if it was actually a starting point?
See, we've all got these two modes. On one hand, you've got the consumer brain. It's passive, it just absorbs, and honestly, it gets drained pretty fast. But right alongside it, you've got the creator brain. This one is active, it's engaged, and it gets energized by actually doing things. The whole secret to killing boredom for good is just learning how to flip that switch.
And that is exactly what we're going to break down right here, right now. Welcome to From Bored to Brilliant, the Creator's Toolkit. We are going to give you a whole set of tools to flip that switch whenever you want. Okay, so first things first, we have to understand the problem, what I like to call the boredom trap. We all fall into it, but why it happens, and more importantly, how you get out, is probably not what you think. So here's the kind of weird truth about it all. Your house could be packed with books, video games, musical instruments, and you can still feel profoundly bored. That's because the problem isn't a lack of stuff to do, it's a lack of active engagement. You've accidentally become a spectator in your own life instead of a player on the field. So how do we get back in the game? Let's start with some stuff you can do right away, like immediately. Think of these as quick creative sparks, like jumper cables for your brain. First up, an experiment that is one of my absolute favorites. It's called the 1-hour skill sprint. And the idea is just so simple. You give yourself exactly 60 minutes to learn one tiny brand new skill. We're not talking mastery here, just the absolute basics. And the process couldn't be easier. Step 1, set a timer for 60 minutes. Step 2, you pick one tiny skill, and I mean tiny. And step 3, this is the key, you have to end the hour by creating one small, tangible thing. This isn't about getting good. It's about having something to show for your time. That visible progress, man, that is the ultimate antidote to boredom. So what could this actually look like? Well, maybe you learned 3 super simple watercolor techniques, and then you make a single postcard. Or you learn 10 words in a new language, and then write a completely ridiculous story using them. The sky's the limit, and the barrier to entry is basically 0. Need more sparks? All right, let's do a rapid-fire round. Idea 1. Be a detective in your own house. Seriously, put on a new hat for an hour and try to solve 5 little mysteries, like where did that other sock really go? Or how about a micro-adventure? You don't need a plane ticket for this. Just walk down a street in your own neighborhood that you've never been down before. What do you see? What's different about it? Just notice. And here's a really fun one, the randomizer creativity game. You pick a random location, say a library, a random emotion, like awe, and a random object, a half-eaten sandwich. Okay, you've got 1 minute to connect them into a story. Ready? Go. Okay, so those quick sparks are great for getting the engine started. But if we want to keep it running, we need to go a little deeper. We're going to move from these one-off activities to some bigger mindset shifts that can actually change your relationship with boredom for good. And here's what's really going on under the hood. Every single time you choose one of these little actions, you are literally rewiring your brain. It's like a workout. Rep by rep, you're training your mind to default to creating something instead of just consuming something. Which leads us to maybe the most powerful rule of all, the create before consume rule. It's a simple deal you make with yourself. Before you open up social media, before you turn on that next show, you create something. Anything. It doesn't have to be big, it just has to be first. So what counts as creation? It can be anything. Write down 5 interesting thoughts you had today. Grab your phone and shoot a cool 20-second cinematic video of the dust floating in a sunbeam. The point is not to make a masterpiece. The point is to just switch your brain into active mode. Here's another powerful mindset shift for you. Switch on problem solver mode. The moment you feel boredom start to creep in, you just reframe it. You ask yourself, what's a problem around me that I can solve right now? That one question instantly flips you from being passive to being an active leader. Okay, so we've got the quick sparks and the deeper shifts. Now let's zoom all the way out and look at the actual science that ties this all together. This is the anti-boredom formula. It all boils down to this one core equation. See, boredom isn't just one thing. It's what happens when you have a lack of challenge, a lack of curiosity, and a lack of meaning all at the same time. The cool part is, if you can solve for just one of those things, boredom just kind of starts to melt away. So to fight that lack of challenge, you just have to ask yourself, what can I learn? This one question immediately sets you on a path of growth. It gives your brain that little bit of healthy struggle that it actually loves. To fight that lack of curiosity, you ask, what can I create? This question forces you to see the world differently, not just as stuff to look at, but as a bunch of raw materials that you can shape and build with. And finally, to fight that lack of meaning, you ask what might be the most powerful question of all: who can I help? This immediately connects what you're doing to something bigger than yourself, and it injects a sense of purpose into a moment that felt empty just seconds before. All right, we've talked about the problem, the sparks, the mindsets, and the formula. But now, it all comes down to actually doing something. So here it is, your final challenge to put all this into practice. Let's call it the Bored to Viral Challenge. It's simple. The next time you feel bored, you grab your phone, you shoot one raw 30-second idea. And this is the most important part. Absolutely no perfection allowed. None. Then you post it, and you do it again tomorrow. Your boredom just became your new source of content. Because at the end of the day, that feeling of boredom, it's not a signal to shut down. It's a call to action. It's all this spare energy in your system just waiting for a mission. Your boredom is fuel. So the only real question left is, what are you going to create first?